Welcome back, this is Jack, and this is another episode of The Geek's Perspective, and we're going to talk about Dead Space. In case you've never played it, or you haven't seen any of my videos playing them, which there will be a link in the description, Dead Space is a sci-fi horror game that really played with your mind. It just had the ambiance and this atmosphere that just ate at you. And the way you fought monsters was unique in the fact that you removed their limbs to take them out. You just didn't do a lot of damage to take them out. You had to just tear them apart. And it just ate at you. Like, if you were to move that arm right there, he'd have one less way to attack you, but he'd keep coming. You take off his legs, he'd have to crawl. Take off his head, he'd attack wildly. It was until you removed enough limbs that it would actually stop. And it just made it horrifying, knowing that if they jumped in front of you, you had to move fast. Even at some points, being completely unarmed as you're running through just monster-infested necromorph area. That's what they're called, necromorphs, by the way. All the while, as your character's going insane. Dead Space 2 is a lot better about that. Dead Space 3 became a lot more action-oriented. But just, like, the details, the aura that was left on the field. Like, you see the cut off their limbs over there in the top right-hand corner. Like, and it's not just the visceral that set you on ease. It was the noise. It was just these small little movements. Like, some of the biggest jump scares to me were completely innocuous. Like, at one point, there was a wheelchair that just moved slightly across the screen, and it scared the hell out of me. Currently playing Dead Space 2, and you can actually watch me do that. It was just a wheelchair moving, and it scared me. I'm not going to pretend I'm brave. It scares me. Now, there was supposed to be a Dead Space 4, and it got canceled by EA. And it was talked about, it was supposed to be, after the events of 3, you're over Earth, and there's these giant planet-sized necromorphs. I'm not going to explain them. I'm not going to explain anything about it, just that's what was going on. And your only way to survive... and that's the end of it. That's what you see. So in Dead Space 4, you're supposed to be going from rubble to rubble of the old Earth fleet to try and find a way to escape. And it was supposed to be more to it. But Visceral Studios got shuttered by EA, and I will never forgive EA for that. So I want Dead Space 4. But more importantly, you know what I want? I want Dead Space Remake. With modern graphics, modern technology of how we're going to run it. Maybe even a VR version. Imagine you having to look over your back to actually see your health every time. Just eating at you and just scaring you, because that's going to be so much fun to me, and I want them to do that. And I want, like, Hideo Kojima Studio to be have a hand in it, just because if you've seen the way they do Death Stranding, the way they've done all the Metal Gear Solid games, it'll just be legitimately probably one of the scariest, most horrifying, best games ever. Like, FNAF is probably up there. This game would beat that. Excuse me. And I really want to see that. I really want to see the necromorphs just scaring a new generation of gamers. As I said before, I am streaming this, so streaming my games, so you'll be able to see me playing some Dead Space 2. I've already got some in Dead Space 1. I got to finish all that, but other new games keep coming up that I've got to tackle. So I do apologize for the breaks between them. But the only way we can actually get studio execs to actually make these games, make this sequel, is if we have a crowd of people interested in doing it. And one of the best ways to do that would be to, well, for my setting, if I had the resources, I would have fake Church of Unitology videos going out, and slowly them being distorted and making it more kind of what Isaac Clarke sees as he's going insane, kind of going. That's what I would do. I don't have the resources, so I can't do that. So instead, I'm doing what I can do here, and that is talking on these videos, showing my passion, so hopefully other people will accept these ideas and like them and share them. So that's why I have to always do this pitch. Please like, subscribe, and share my content, because I have these ideas that I really would love to see made, but I have no connection. I have no resources to do them. But I'm sure if we get enough people together, we can get somebody of power to take note and do the right thing. Make a piece of art instead of a piece of moneymaker. So, anyway, as the screen says, please like, subscribe, and share.